Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and we're gonna open Wolfang from Beast Wars, and we're gonna take a look at my other Beast Wars toys as well. So let's get started. So I want to start off with showing you guys that I have a vintage Wolfang right here, and he's not complete. I found him at a thrift store. So he was like a thrift store find, and he's missing quite a few things. He's missing like a tail and his little boomerang things that he has here, the little weapons. So here is a complete reissue Wolfang, which, I mean, the packaging and the toy, it's exactly the same as you would get in the 90s. And I found this, my wife actually found this for me on clearance. And the clearance is not much of a clearance, but you know, hey, whatever. We got it. So I think it started off at like $27.98 and it was clearance to $19. And they're counting this as a deluxe. As you can see, it says deluxe there in the bottom. But they don't have it in a box, because I know that a lot of the other deluxe ones came in a box. And I'm thinking this was more towards, I don't know, the end of the regular run. So maybe that they were not doing the boxes anymore. But anyway, here's the card art on Wolfang. Really cool looking dude. I don't remember seeing him in the show, although my memories from the show are, I just have very few memories of watching the show. I mean, I watched maybe first few episodes, but you know, as a kid, we had so many shows thrown at us. I would start one, forget about it, and then go start another one. Same thing with the toy lines. I would start a toy line, forget about it, and then move on, and then I'd lose the toys. The toys would just disappear. So I've had this stand-in Wolfang for a while now, for a couple of years, and then just out of nowhere they decide to reissue him, so I'm super happy. Let's get this new Wolfang opened up so we can compare and take some really cool video and photos. So I wanted to show you guys real quick the back of the card before we tear this sucker open. We got the Beast Wars logo. We got 12 painstaking instructions on how to turn him from animal to robot. We got his really cool bio. So these instructions are why I didn't collect Transformers when I was a kid, like the G1 Transformers, because I just didn't get it. And I hated putting things together. I hated Legos. I mean, Legos are cool now. I love going to Legoland, but I don't really collect Legos because I really didn't understand the directions, and it's just so, to me, it was, as a kid, it was hard to put things together like that. And same thing with Transformers. When I remember seeing some of my cousin's toys and just didn't really get it, didn't understand, didn't want to put the time in to learn how to transform them. Now as an adult, I feel like looking back at it, it's like, you know what? These are actually really cool, and I would like to learn more on how to transform these things. So I'm a little more open to doing this, but still all these tiny little moves and stuff, they kind of like test my patience. But I really loved Beast Wars because of the themes and the dinosaur themes and stuff like that. That really got me as a kid. And I did like G1 Transformers okay, but I wasn't like a super fan watching the show all the time. I watched it sparingly. Now as an adult, I would love to go back and rewatch, especially since the episodes are on Pluto that you can stream for free. Okay, right off the bat, we see that he is fully transformed into wolf mode. He's got his tail. You got the robot mode tucked underneath. Very exciting looking figure. He just came with like a little insert and some copyright stuff. And let's take a look. Here's the side view of Wolfang. Very cool design. Still very animalistic and just very technological, robotic looking at the same time. Here's the front look. Close up. I think they did a repaint of this guy. I believe it's called K9. But there's like a Beast Wars repaint where he's more of like a dog. And he's painted yellow and black, I think. Alright, well, let's finally see what he looks like in robot mode. Alright, and here it is. The reissue, brand new Wolfang, along with the vintage original Wolfang. Now, right off the bat, you can tell the eyes on the visors are a different color. This one's a little more pale. That one's a little more dark. Other than that, they pretty much have the same features. I didn't know that the head plate was supposed to turn around like that, but per the instructions, went ahead and split them to the side and then turned them around. And he's got his back is actually a shield, which this one, the one I found at the thrift store, didn't have his back, so it didn't have a shield. And this one also has the legs. This one didn't have the legs, so there was a lot more mobility in the arms. But now that mobility is not quite here because you have the wolf legs are attached to the back. But we got it done. There was some trial and error. Some of the pieces just kind of broke off, but they slid back in. He's got his tail with the crossbow arrows, which I just didn't have his tail or his crossbow arrows for that one. So that's kind of cool. It's hair triggered, no pun intended. So it's basically just touch it very softly and the little arrow deploys. I think this is really cool. I really like the shield. I'm digging the shield. It's very metallic looking. Now that the instructions, you turn this little plate in the middle, you turn it around. You turn it like over, like upside down on itself. And that's how you get the handle on the back. Which is really weird and specific, but the instructions didn't really, I mean, I don't know if I just didn't understand them correctly, or if the instructions are more of a guide. But I wouldn't say it was like I found out, oh, this is a perfect translation. I mostly had to find out some of these turns by kind of guessing, looking at the instructions and then kind of guessing by how I think it should have been. So all in all, I think this is a really cool addition to the Beast Wars collection. I'm glad I got a pretty decent collection now. We're about to break the bad boys out and I'll show you, but when I was a kid, I think I had like one. I think I had Tigatron. Didn't have very many. It's the only one I can really think of right now. But yeah, let me put him along with the other guys and we'll see how he goes out. So here's the Beast Wars collection so far. I got an original Tigatron that was passed down to me through my brother-in-law. And I have the reissue Cheetor. Got the brand new Wolfang in back. And I got the vintage figures up front. Don't know that guy's name, but Snapping Turtle and then Rat Trap, complete vintage. Here we got a complete vintage Dinotron, or was it Dinobot, sorry, and then Inferno, which is a really cool figure, but I don't have, there's some pieces that he's missing. Missing like some antennas and one of his feet, one of his little legs. I need to get that for him. Or get a reissue, whatever comes first. And then there's a vintage Arachnia, I think, Black Arachnia, and a vintage Scorpionaut, Scorpitron, something, whatever that is. Vintage, and then I got reissues for Optimus Primal and Megatron. So here's Wolfang without his visor on. Close up of his robotic face. All in all, very cool figure. Don't remember on the show. I'm gonna have to rewatch the show now. But I'm super happy that I got him and add him to the collection. So thanks for joining me, guys. Here's some of the Maximals for good measure. Maybe I'll make some other videos and transform them back and forth. Until next time, maximize.